Welcome everybody to another Reddit League cast. Today I am joined by Carp.
Hi, how's it going?
That took a long time. Anyway, um, we have a Division 3 matchup for you guys. Diesel against PastèqueHachée on one location per city/town worldwide. So what is this map?
Well, as the name suggests, it's got cities all over the world. It has just one location in each of these, and as Mr. Blue has so eloquently put it in the description of the map, the chance of ending up in New York City is the same as it is to end up in Malagioxia, Italy. So, yeah, you can end up with a lot of tiny towns. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll have a round in, a much larger city that you would recognize. But yeah, it's definitely one that I would say is skewed towards smaller towns, even if it is an urban map.
So yeah, I'd agree with that. You'd think it's an easy map as it's supposedly pretty urban, but you get these small cities a lot more than the bigger ones, as there are way more of them. I'm not actually sure if literally every town and city and village is included that has Geoguessr 3.2. I highly doubt it because that would be almost impossible to achieve.
Mm.
So yeah, let's just hop into the cast with round one starting right now.
Pour la seed
So I am now showing
officielle.
Whoops, that
the
shouldn't be with sound. Anyway, we're in it right now. So yeah, this looks like it is the US.
Yeah, looks like the U.S. and those highway signs that both of them have found tell them that it is Pennsylvania. I don't know if either of them were there when Pennsylvania was one of the Reddit League maps a few seasons ago.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure they were not.
they were not, so yeah. Maybe they wouldn't have much of an advantage here. Um, in terms of like knowing where these highways are compared to someone who was in the Reddit League and played that map. But regardless, they have a road number, they know the state, and something a little um let's say um uh what's the word? What's the word? Uh there's something kind of baity about the sign that Pastek has just found is that it says West Penn. And so he's searching in Western Pennsylvania, but if I remember correctly, this round was actually pretty far east. It was like north of Philadelphia.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, we'll see whether they actually realize that that West Penn was a bit of a misnomer.
Yeah, I do not like Pennsylvania at all. I think it's one of the hardest states in the US to play Geoguessr in. And I think it's just because it has a lot of these state roads and they are very hard to find. And those tiny town names like New Ringgold and Bowmanstown are tiny. Allentown actually is pretty big if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
On the other
I
hand,
know. I
so
know. When I played the seed, I found the sign to Allentown, and then that immediately told me that we were further east. Um, I am kind of helped by the fact that I live fairly close to Pennsylvania, but still. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
I've
Let's see. Diesel has gone further east. He has found Allentown. And well, yeah. There you can see on Diesel's screen. There's a town called West Penn. It's
yeah.
not actually Western Pennsylvania.
It's in East
Uh,
Pennsylvania, so that's
yeah.
for that's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh, the-
I learned
That's
about
U.S. town naming for you.
Allentown when I played the seed. So yeah,
Mm,
I as you'd expect, I didn't get this round. I also guessed in
yeah.
Western Pennsylvania and got baited by the same
Mm,
thing.
yeah. Well,
So yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Around where I live, all the highway signs have like Allentown on it. So yeah. But anyways, Diesel has guessed a few seconds, about half a minute early. Got a 5K just 7 meters away. Another question is, will Pastek find it? And he's not really in the right area at all.
No, he's still, I think, in Western Pennsylvania. Yeah, there's the state border, still in Western Pennsylvania. I think
Yeah,
south of Pittsburgh, or actually north. No, it's north of Pittsburgh.
he's north of Pittsburgh.
Uh,
This isn't going to bode well for him.
no, definitely
It is
not.
a world map, so the he's not going to lose too many points. But yeah, about 995 right there. Um, Unfortunately, I don't know French, but I assume he is kind of mad about the fact that it wasn't Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, as you'd expect. Yeah. It was definitely a tricky round with the spade location there, and Diesel was lucky that he knew Allentown and could get a 5K pretty quickly. Yeah, I was pretty mad that when I saw that Allentown was actually pretty big, and if I had just searched for it, I would have gotten the location there, and I would have been even more mad if this was actually my division seat. So I can only expect that Pastek is now already kind of annoyed with his performance, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, that one round, like, it already puts him well out of draw range. And yeah, with Diesel's 5K, he's really gonna have to hope that, Diesel maybe they get another round that's a bit harder. Obviously, you can't see Diesel's score, but um, in basically any division of the Red League, you can pretty reasonably expect your opponent to get a pinpointable round. So, yeah, we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, so let's just see if round two is any better for Pastek right now. If they would actually click on the button. Yeah, okay, there we go.
There we go. And this round, well, right away we start off with these highway numbers. There are squares, so it could be Connecticut, it could be Massachusetts, it could be Maine.
yeah.
It took me embarrassingly long to figure out which one it was. Which kind of gives away which of those three states it is.
Yeah, probably not for everyone. So yeah, let's just leave it a secret for now.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plates are pretty solid
Yeah.
clue there.
Yeah.
On Diesel's screen,
Definitely
those
so.
were definitely Massachusetts plate. No, I said it.
Yeah.
But some might not notice, and yeah, Pastek is looking in Maine, interestingly.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Well, I mean, he doesn't have Norway or Poland on the sign, so I'd say it probably isn't Maine,
Yeah,
He doesn't even have Paris on there either. But yeah, Diesel is still moving around.
He made it out
I
of
don't know
town.
if he can find. Yeah, he's going right back. He's gone back to the starting
Yes.
location, which I think would be more useful. He has highway numbers right here, and they're pretty useful. And it looks like he is now going to actually just try and scan for those.
The question is if he knows what state he's in. Yeah, he's zooming into Massachusetts, so that looks good.
I think he did notice the license plate, so that's going to help him out.
Oh, I think I know what Pastek's problem is. On the van it says MA, and I think he think MA is Maine and not Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. We'll have to see if he figures that out in the next minute and a half.
Oh well, he's now looking in Vermont, I think.
Yeah. But meanwhile, Diesel has found the town. He's found the intersection of the 106 and the 28. I think. Yeah, he has. And, well, he's pretty much down to the pinpointing phase at this point.
Yeah, the tough thing about this pinpoint actually is that the for me at least, was that the town is like split in west, north, and central Bridgewater, I think. And I looked in central and north Bridgewater first before I moved to the correct one. Not even sure if West Bridgewater was the correct one. I just remember that I was looking in the wrong Bridgewaters before I got to the correct one and managed to get the 5K there. And yeah, Pastèque is still struggling to find anything there.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because he also has a sign that says the name of a town in New Hampshire, and well, both Massachusetts and Maine border New Hampshire, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, unfortunately, kind of baiting him. He's zoomed out a bit, so maybe he'll switch to Massachusetts at the last second, while Diesel has gotten a 5K just 1 meter away. But yeah, with 10 seconds to go, it's not looking great for Pastèque. He's gone closer to the New Hampshire border, which might help him out a little bit in the points, but no. Drops 730 points. Somehow less than the Pennsylvania round, but yeah, that's still not great for him.
Yeah, that's the Mercator projection probably doing its thing. But yeah, that's definitely a pretty solid lead now for Diesel, with the 5Ks in the States. I don't think we will see any other United States rounds after this, because even though the US has a lot of towns, there are also different towns in the world, and it's on the US map, so it might get easier for Pastèque if the US is not his strength, as we might assume after this. We will see if he does better than Diesel in Europe or whatever continent comes up next.
Yeah, based on the background in Pastèque's webcam, we might hope that it's Mongolia. So let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's write about it now with the next round. Okay, Pastèque missed the go button, so he's about 3 seconds behind. Anyway, this looks like Europe for sure, not Mongolia.
Yeah. You're in a town. I feel like this is gonna make it a little easier to maybe point once it gets down to it, but it's the first thing is you have to actually find your way out of the town, and it just seems to be a bunch of narrow alleyways.
Yes.
At the moment.
Oh, and Diesel has a sign that helps. What is it actually?
Well, it tells you what the country is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal which one that is in case any of you watching want to, pause the video and try and figure it out.
Looks very, the language is definitely a tell there, and also Pastèque has made it to a highway now.
Yeah, indeed.
And has a town name
right there. That should help. He's gonna hope he finds a road number, which would be immensely helpful for him. Meanwhile, Diesel is still trying to find his way out of this little village that he finds himself in. He is a fair bit behind Pastèque, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that might be the round that Pastèque desperately needs to get back on track here, and make the game close again.
But actually, Diesel has found a set of trash cans that tell him what province he's in. And, well, he's doing it to Spain, which tells you, well, it is Spain indeed. And it says Asturias on that little yellow trash can. Although Tech has figured that out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Another way.
Oh, and Diesel finally made it onto the main road now.
Yeah, finally. He has a town name again. And he's going to try and look for a road number as well. I hope.
Yeah, Spanish road numbers have screwed me up over a couple times now, because their numbering system is not quite obvious to me. So we will see if it's more obvious to Pastèque than to me. searching now a bit more coastal. Not sure if that's a good idea. I don't quite remember where the location actually was. So
But actually, he has found like a road numbered A6, sorry, AS, and then the 2 series. I'd say he's pretty close.
yeah,
Um,
probably.
uh, Diesel has found a road number as well, so we'll have to see if in the next 30 seconds they can find the town. But yeah, it's definitely a tall order with this little time left. Uh, and Diesel is checking pretty far east in Asturias, pretty close to the border with Cantabria. Um,
Oh, and
um,
was even further east.
actually, Pastèque is further east. But um, yeah, both of them didn't get the location. Diesel a bit closer, 21 kilometers versus Pastèque's 49. And yeah, well, that's going to extend Diesel's lead even more by almost another like 100 points, maybe like 88. Yeah, if I can math correctly. Um, but yeah, even though both of them didn't get it, that lead for Diesel is looking more and more solidified.
Yeah, he's definitely doing great so far. Yeah, no 25k for both of them now. That's out of the window. But we will see how they do in the penultimate round right now. And it seems to be the UK with these number plates and architecture. Can't really be anything else there.
Yeah,
And yeah, pretty suburban looking. Could literally be anywhere in England, I would say.
yeah. That seemed pretty flat, which might eliminate certain parts of England for you. Assuming, of course, that you know it's England and it's not like Wales
Yeah,
or Scotland or
something
Northern Ireland. Can't
something weird
forget
like
that.
Northern Ireland could also be it actually, but no, the architecture looked more English than Irish to me, so
Yeah,
I'm fairly sure
and
with that guess.
Hitler found a road number. Found some road numbers A173 and 174. Czech has found the A174, but the good thing about the UK is that is actually a pretty good clue as to what area you could be in, and both of them have zoomed into that sort of area, northeast of London.
Yeah, around Norwich there.
Yeah.
The confusing thing is, as you can see on Diesel's screen, the A1 dot road numbers go pretty far um, along the coast there in England, which might not be that obvious.
Yeah, the way it works is like A11 are like further south and A19s are further north. So yeah, with the 17, it would be pretty far north, and Diesel has actually found the road number, A174. Pastek is still searching. He has some 17s, but not the 174.
I don't think he's far away though.
Uh, he
Yeah,
is
now he
not.
is.
Oh, and he spotted the A174
There
near
we go.
Middlesbrough. So yeah, both of them pretty close. Diesel, you might argue, is a little bit um, closer. He has a town name as well, but they have a minute and a bit. I think both of them have a good chance of 5King this one.
Yeah, but suburban pinpoints in England are sometimes kind of hard. Depends if you can spot a street name, and also depends on where on the street you started. If it's an intersection or oh, it's a cul-de-sac, so it might actually be not that hard in this scenario.
Yeah,
But yeah, also we have a road name there. Oh, this should be a pretty easy 5k for Diesel then. Meanwhile,
yeah.
Pastek
I
has
thought
now
that
found the city as we're switching over to him. Um, and he's not far behind Diesel then. He might get the 5k as well um, for this round.
Diesel does get the 5K, 6 meters away. Um, Now, well, Pastek has 30 seconds to find the right road in this neighborhood. It is definitely possible. If he does see the road name. He has to scan for that. Let's see, 15 seconds. Come on, you got this, Pastek. He
Ah,
does
there we
find it,
go. There we go. Last second, almost.
and 1 meter away. So well, at least you get the 5K on the record. That's good for him.
Yeah, that's a nice thing for sure. England definitely, I think, is for most players not that hard if you can find good information, which most of the time you can. I still struggle sometimes with some stuff like road numbering systems, but yeah, that doesn't matter here.
Mm.
As we just move over to the last round right now, and this looks like some cheeky new Nigeria Gen 3 coverage,
Yeah, it
as it's
does.
pretty dry, and the old Gen 3 covered areas weren't that dry,
Mm.
so it seems to be kind of
Yeah.
northeast, if I remember the meta correctly there. Um,
Mm. It is a long straight road, so it might be a little tougher for them to get a pinpoint, but I think it should definitely be possible for them to get pretty close. Diesel is zooming into that northeastern area, and he's actually found the town name off of the sign, uh, which I do remember doing myself. I have forgotten the town name itself, but it starts with J. It's like south of Gombe, I think. And well, now Diesel's gonna soldier on in the same direction as Pastek and try and find a little more useful information.
yeah, this is like an incredibly straight, incredibly long road, so it should stand out
Yeah.
on the map um, after some searching in the right town. At least the
Hmm.
pinpointing doesn't seem very hard. And we'll see if if they manage to find the town in time.
Yeah, well, pinpointing depends on whether like these buildings around you actually show up on the map or not.
I mean, it's a
Uh,
handpicked map. So if Mr. Blues
mm,
took the care and actually made the rounds pinpointable, as I think he did, it should be doable.
yeah. Um, shall see. There is actually a sign off to the northeast, but Diesel has just gone past it. Pastek has a sign. It does have the town name on it, Jalingo, I think.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah, but he's going
But
in.
he's
He's zooming in way too far
gone too
south
south.
there.
Yeah. The dryness should definitely indicate that you're further north. He has found it. He has found Jalingo. So
Yeah,
you
Diesel
go
is.
Diesel. He found the road. I think it's
Yeah,
a pretty long straight road.
don't think there are many in Chilingo, even in Nigeria, with this orientation and this length.
Yeah.
But
Um.
takes a while to see it. Oh, there we go. Ah, actually,
Uh.
no,
I,
not quite.
no. He saw it for a second and then decided against it.
Interesting.
Um. Yeah. But 30 seconds. Both of them have like they have the town. Diesel's a bit closer. But yeah. I guess they're trying to pinpoint. Um. We'll see how that goes. Um.
Oh, and Pastak has moved himself further away from the correct location now.
Oh no.
He's not seeing the
Uh.
road.
Oh, 5 seconds. Come on. And
And yeah. uh,
oh, there you have it. It does get a 5K from 32 meters, and that's what you get for this map's fairly generous scoring. Pastek drops 25 points, but yeah, after losing almost like 2,000 points Diesel early on, it was always looking a little difficult for him to claw his way back.
Yeah, about 1.9k score differential there. Diesel was always a bit ahead of Pastek there, so deserved victory for him for sure. Yeah, the Pastek's performance is definitely okay. His US game seems to be quite a bit below the one of Diesel, but all in all, I think it was a pretty evenly skilled matchup there, and I enjoyed the casting it. So yeah, let's. That was this video. I hope you enjoyed watching
Let's look at the stats.
Oh
look
yeah,
at their stats for
I
us.
forgot about that. Sotomo has actually made the stats, but it's now after the cast. Completely forgot about that. So yeah, after 3 games, Diesel is now 3-0, and Pastek is 1-1. And Diesel is in second, and Pastek is in sixth now.
Yeah. And something you can definitely tell by watching this game is that Diesel, he has 12 aces to his name. Pastek just has 5, and yeah, that definitely shows. I think Diesel 5K'd all but like 2 rounds, 2 or maybe 3, but definitely had more aces than Pastek, outscoring Pastek on every round. And yeah, the perfect game has been elusive of Diesel so far with a score of 24,995, but yeah, I definitely see him getting one of those perfect games sometime soon.
Yeah, the stats also tell us that Diesel is slightly ahead of Pastek right there. Although the average scores are pretty close, yeah, it's definitely a good, not a good thing, but a fair thing that he also won their direct matchup. So yeah, I think that concludes our video, and no, definitely, no, for sure. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and we'll see each other for the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.